Apple's new self-driving car has once again been spotted out in the public. Hey you, it's me, Curtis P, and it's time for some coffee. Apple's self-driving car has been caught on camera, and this time it's sporting a bunch of brand new sensors. Apple's been working on some form of self-driving car for some time now under the name Project Titan. Now, just earlier this year, the company got permission from the California government to actually begin testing a self-driving vehicle on public roads. Now, if we take a closer look at the photos here, you can see a very large array of sensors mounted to the top of the car. 6 LiDAR sensors, numerous radar units, and a number of cameras that would allow the car to see and scan the world around it to drive safely. Now, originally, Apple actually had plans to build their very own car here, but so far that has actually changed to just building the software that will help power self-driving vehicles in the future. Right now, Apple isn't commenting on these photos or Project Titan as a whole, though in the past, Tim Cook has stated that Apple is working on some sort of autonomous driving system, so that's sort of a sign. As of right now, it's really hard to see what Apple's actually going to do with this software. Are they going to end up deploying it to different manufacturers around the world, or is this just a step in their R&D development of some other type of technology? Right now, it's just too early to tell. Since Apple's not even talking about it, hasn't announced anything, we'll probably never know until that time. So my question for all of you guys today, what do you think about Apple developing its own self-driving car? Is that something that you would be interested in? Like, personally, from my perspective, I'm kind of skeptical of Apple and Google building their own cars. They can definitely develop the software, that would make a lot of sense, but a car as a whole seems a little hard for them to do. Tesla's probably the most recent example of a car startup, and it's not an easy task to do. So for Apple or Google to come into this brand new space, it could be very difficult for them. It's not like manufacturing a phone here. This is a fully functioning automobile. But let me know what you think, comment section down below. Into the quick news for today, everyone. Samsung is announcing a big update with Bixby 2.0. The company is rolling out a brand new version of its automated assistant designed for use on all Samsung devices, from smartphones, tablets, TVs, and even your kitchen refrigerator. Another interesting thing with Bixby 2.0 will be the fact that it's open sourced, allowing for developers to add and create new extensions to tie into any service they want. Samsung hoping that the context awareness of Bixby 2 will actually help developers create even more amazing apps. And the company is working to enhance the natural language recognition of the system. And keeping on the Samsung news here, DeX got an interesting update as Samsung has announced they've added support for Linux to run on the DeX environment on Samsung phones. So soon you'll be able to install Linux right on your Galaxy phone, allowing you to run any Linux application not compatible with current Android devices. And next, a Singaporean photographer recently had a very interesting opportunity working for the North Korean news to capture the very first 360-degree video of North Korea's capital city, Pyongyang. You can check out this full video for yourself, link in the description down below like all today's links. It's pretty cool to check out, definitely worth a watch. And the last topic I wanted to talk about today has to do with artificial intelligence development, as a big breakthrough has recently just happened. The breakthrough being that a brand new AI has been developed that went from knowing absolutely nothing about a topic to being the best in the world in a matter of 4 days. 4 days. It went from nothing to everything. It was big news a year ago when the AlphaGo AI was the first ever computer to beat a human at the game of Go. Now, only a year later, and researchers have created a brand new version called AlphaGo Zero. The system working very similar to its predecessor here. The system works by calculating the probability of winning the game before each move it does. The highest probability is the move that it performs. Now, thanks to upgraded processors, this brand new version of the computer is able to do all of those calculations in a matter of 0.4 seconds. Basically, if you think about that, as soon as you pick up your piece to move, the computer's basically already calculated its next move. It's lightning fast. Now, last year when researchers were training the first generation of this AI, they basically had it play against other amateurs and professionals to learn. Every once in a while, the humans would actually even have to intervene to help the computer out and learn situations. This year, researchers just left the computer alone, basically in a room by itself, and was like, here's the rules on how to play Go, learn. And surprisingly enough, the computer did that, all by itself, in 4 days. AlphaGo Zero spent the 4 days playing 4.9 million games of Go against itself, with only the rules of the game to be learnt by. After that short amount of time, it all paid off as the computer had taught itself to play the game better than anyone had ever done before. And when they took this year's AI and pitted it against last year's, it won all of the games. All 100 games that they played, it won. That's a crazy thing to think about. In 4 days, this computer system learned so well, it is now the best Go player ever. Like, we as a human species lost out to a computer last year, and that computer just lost out to this computer. There's kind of like a whole new idea here, right? Like, we're not even in the freaking equation to be in the running to be the best anymore. We're in third place. Humans are in third place right now. Now, in the future, researchers are actually hoping to take this sort of self-learning technology and to apply it to other things. Like, think about it. If you could just give a computer a problem and be like, hey, just solve that, and you leave it for a week, at the end of the week, bam, it has a solution, that would be amazing. This sort of AI could actually lead to a huge breakthrough in a number of different fields around the world. So with that, we arrive at the end of the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, and of course subscribe to the channel, as I'm working on releasing new videos just like this throughout the week. You can also find other videos just like this one on screen right now, so make sure you check those out. And until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Paradis. Have an amazing day.